good to be here tonight. As I look around the room at all of these youthful faces, I cannot help but to feel proud and privileged to be here on this stage sharing my message with you. I am proud and privileged to be counted in the generation that has the power to shift the course of the nation in this upcoming general election. Proud and privileged to be counted as a woman in politics, aiding in the creation of a future Bahamas that is worth voting for. Yes. I grew up in the Barry Islands, and from a very young age, I knew that we were not like Nassau. I knew and felt as though my family, my friends, and I had been left behind. We were not like my family and friends from Nassau. I remember being 9 years old and in the 5th grade at an all-day school in the Barry Islands that's called the R.N. Gomez. The host of the fair went around the room randomly, asking each child what we wanted to be when we grew up. When it was my turn, I stood up and proudly proclaimed that when I grow up, I wanted to be the Member of Parliament for the Barry Islands. Granted, this drew a lot of chuckles from my peers, as it was not the typical doctor, nurse, or teacher response. But what was most salient was that even my 9-year-old self knew and understood that something needed to happen in government to improve life for my family and friends and residents of my hometown, the Bullocks Harbor. As I went about daily life on the island, I noticed that basic necessities to our lives were either missing entirely or in a state of disrepair. I noticed that the nurse never seemed to have the right medication or the help needed to address the illnesses of the islanders. I noticed that the school was run down and teachers were very overworked and uninspired. I noticed that the post office and administrators building were falling down and around the workers at their desk. I even noticed that the water tasted and felt differently there. I would overhear my parents and other adults complain about feeling used and abused by governments and politicians who sold them dreams only to be forgotten for another 5 years after casting their votes. I was saddened and I knew we all deserved better. Today, more than 15 years later, I can't say that much has changed for the people of the Barry Islands. But what I can say with confidence is, change is coming. Barry Islanders, family islanders across our archipelago, I've seen the plans and I've sat at the table as the FNM was crafting policies that will ensure that our needs will be attended to. Your FNM government will construct, upgrade, and expand state-of-the-art medical facilities and services throughout our family of islands. Your FNM government will expand telemedicine so that quality and accessible health care is available to our family islanders. Your FNM government will ensure that a portion of tax collected from your islands is used to develop and maintain your island. As a 24-year-old woman, I've been privileged to be a part of a party that opened the doors and allowed me to sit at the table while policies were being crafted. Family islanders, prepare yourselves. The FNM will ensure that commercial and residential land ownership is made a reality for Bahamians through Crown Land reform. This initiative will revitalize the economies for our islands that have suffered severely from the economic slump we have been marred with from this outgoing PLP government. Family and friends, this is not just lip service. What you see here tonight, what the torchbearers have been able to execute during this convention, is a testament to how instrumental we have been in shaping our own future. So I say to you, all the young ladies in the room tonight, watching via social media and our TV, do not sit idly by. This election, this country, is as much yours as it is anybody else's. And historically, we make the difference. We change the tides. So I say to you, make them hear you. Make them hear you. Do not sit back and demand to be heard, but afraid to make the sacrifice needed to make a difference. As a wife and a young mother, I implore you to get up and get active and offer your hand in shaping our future. Our job is to talk to each other about our issues, support each other in uplifting our party, and encourage all of us to participate. Mothers, take your children out to vote. Get them registered to make this change happen. Sisters, gather your nieces and nephews and talk to them about our country and their futures. Wives, corral your husbands to be persistent about keeping this election and our future as the focal discussions in your home. And before I leave this stage, I must say, to be young, to be 24, and active in nation building has been an experience like none other in my life. And tonight, I pray that God bless us all